that office is a serious office and we should treat it as such. We know His Excellency the Vice President is fond of making comment or making commentary that suggests that the role is nothing to write home about, but to deflate that assertion, which most MPP communicators are also carrying along, is the fact that the office is a serious office and it ought to be guarded and protected as such. Because you said there is no time for me to delve into whatever my colleague in the studio talked about, I will end here and urge all MPP communicators to desist from bringing the office of the vice president into disrepute, because right now, if you go to Ghana, everybody who sees a mate, an ordinary mate, calls the person Baumia, and I don't think it's augur well for the office of the vice presidency.
Okay, thank you very much, Charles.
Let me just conclude by saying that this attempt to explain the fact that the office is just a mere advisory is the fact that he has failed and he doesn't know what to tell the electorate in the 2024 election. That is why he is trying to explain himself out. But he is not the first vice president the country has gotten, and none of them had the cause to explain his role, because they did not perform abysmally and they were not subjected to the public scrutiny that he is being subjected to. That is why it has become necessary for him to try to maneuver his way out. And Ghanaians are awake this time around and they are not going to fall for this kind.
So Ghanaians are awake this time around and they will not allow him, or they will not allow the MPP to say or do some of the things he does. Yes, but I also know that your same candidate also called that same seat as a spare driver seat. So it's like both candidates now who are seeking for the presidency have used their own words or their own phrases to create sentences to qualify that seat. So yes. I think it's fair. If someone says a driver's mate and the other person says spare driver, it's still the same. But that is not the topic for discussion now. So let's go. Mr. Charles, I still would want to maintain with you. Okay. First of all, let's look at the issue of the increase in prices or the price revision when it comes to the passports, the traveling document of the Republic of Ghana that the Foreign Affairs Ministry submitted to the Parliament of Ghana, and it was approved, I think last week, that there should be changes in prices of the nation's travel document because they feel that it is not a form of identity, but it is just a travel document. So it is not a primary document that should be an important thing for everybody to have unless you are traveling. So more or less like it is not a necessary one, but it is a needful one when that quest of traveling approaches you, is upon you. So, and the fact that Ghanaians or some Ghanaians have used it as a form of identity, it has given a lot of burden and overload to the work of acquiring a passport, which is also generating corruption and bureaucracy at the passport office and also at the embassies. So they feel that when some of these reviews are made, the need for passports would reduce, and then will not continue to have the backlogs or opportunity for corruption. So it has become a discussion or a topic for discussion both in the public space and also within the media. So I want us to start with that one. So Charles, from your point of view and also from your party's point of view, what do you make of this new revision of about 400% increase in the price of the traveling document of the Republic of Ghana?
Yeah, thank you very much. And thanks once again for the opportunity given me to also share my views on this issue that is trending in Ghana. Yes, acquisition of passports. fares or charges increased astronomically. Initially, when I saw the prices, I was like, oh, this is just a fake news. So I didn't give much attention to it. But upon subsequent reflection, I realized that they were reported by credible media houses in Ghana. So I took a second look at it and I realized that it is not something that is coming from these bloggers who are all over the place blocking some information. It has raised this public outcry because looking at our current condition, I mean, economic conditions that people go through in Ghana currently, one would have expected that the government would be sensitive enough to the plight of Ghanaians and at least restrain itself from compounding or heaping more hardships on Ghanaians. But this government is so callous to the extent that it is insensitive and it doesn't care about the plight of Ghanaians or the hardship Ghanaians are going through. That is why whenever it comes to price increments of services and products or goods that the government renders to the generality of Ghanaians, they do not consider the hardship that the Ghanaians are going through. So you realize if it is about taxation, they just heap the taxes on Ghanaians just like that until recently we were asked to pay 15% on electricity tariff as VAT. Also, this issue of petroleum prices just going up recently, I mean 3 days ago, has also broadened the scope of the burden that Ghanaians are going through. And to say the least, this passport acquisition prices also going up. But the main problem that is driving this increment has to do with the depreciation of the cedi, because, you know, according to the Foreign Affairs Ministry, Ghana is the only country in the sub-region that pays the least price for the acquisition of this passport, and it quoted $8 as compared to the second least, Liberia. Also, I've forgotten the second least country, but that second least country pays $40 per a booklet of passport, and that the same supplier or the supplier of the booklet for Ghana and Liberia are the same. But one thing they fail to educate Ghanaians on or tell Ghanaians on by virtue of the ministry being mischievous and not coming up within good faith is that the passports that Liberians are holding are far advanced than what we are holding. We have only biometric passport, but what that of Liberia is the enhanced form of the biometric, which contains the chip aspect of it. So if they are paying $40 per one, it stands to reason that because theirs is enhanced as compared to ours, it is in order. But the time that they make this assertion, the cedi to the dollar rate was not that has not that deteriorated as it stands today. That is why they are increasing it, because they are increasing this passport because the cedi is nothing to write home about as against the dollar. So before you can get $1 to pay for the services of the passport, you will need to cough more cedis. That is why they are bringing this kind of increment. So it has to do with the mismanagement of the currency that has led us to this situation. And it is high time our duty bearers get forth with the people that they are governing, rather than engaging in this kind of shenanigans and mischievous tendencies just to deceive the public. If they work on the cedi, they stabilize the cedi, and the cedi gets stronger, you will realize that you will not need more cedi to chase $1, and for that matter, the $8 that the minister quoted would have been adequate. Because if you check the cedi equivalent of the increment, you realize that it is not any vast difference, because the normal how do you call the normal 32 passport is 500 Ghana cedis. If you take 500 Ghana cedis in today's dollar term, it's just around 34 $35. You get it. So it is still not even up to the $40 that they were comparing themselves to.
Charles, I've just been listening to you, and I think I'm getting a bit of a difficulty here, because some of the reasons why the Parliament of Ghana passed that review into law or into approval, or approving it for it to be executed. Some of these factors you are mentioning now were not part of those reasons. Okay, so I'm a bit confused in how the relationship of the cedi or the currency has to do with the prices. I am a bit confused, because some of the reasons given for the increment in price has really gotten nothing to do with the exchange, or like the cedi dollar relations. But you're only opening a different diversion, or like a different chapter to this discussion. I don't know if I'm right.
Let me clarify that difficulty you are having.
Okay.
To make clear, the main currency that they quoted for an acquisition of the passport was in dollar term, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And I've always maintained that this government is not honest. They are not forthcoming with the truth of the matter. They always try to beat around the truth just to deceive the public, or just to deceive those they are governing. Now, if you take €8, let's maintain the $8 that they quoted. Let's maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
$8 in the year 2021 in cedis term is not the same as $8 in 2024 in cedis term. You understand? You get the point.
But Charles,
you need hold on.
Okay.
You need a lot of cedi now. You need a lot of cedi now to meet up that $8 that they quoted. That has been the price since they came into office. Right now, you need more cedis to catch up with that $8. So they will not tell you that it is by virtue of the depreciation of the cedi. That is why they are increasing it to this level, because they know that the management of the cedi to the dollar is not the work of my mother sitting at home or the tomato seller in the market. It is the primary responsibility of the government, and by virtue of they not being able to live up to expectation, they will not tell you the truth until
so fine. I get you. But Charles, just let me put these questions so that you can help me answer them. Okay. Is it true that there's an overwhelming burden on the processing of passport because people take it, or people used to have it in the form of an identity, because we didn't have a Ghana card or sort? So a lot of people are acquiring passports to use them as a form of identity. Was that so?
I will disagree on that assertion, because you don't need a passport to be identified as a Ghanaian. Okay, it is a traveling document. So if you don't have the intention of traveling, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, it is a traveling document. So if you don't have the intention of traveling, you do not need a passport to be identified as a Ghanaian. Persons who acquire the passport have the intention to travel, or maybe they are traveling. Okay, so it is a document that the reason for acquisition is limited, unlike the Ghana card that you made mention of. And the Ghana card, you do not need a Ghana card to identify you as a Ghanaian, because the requirement in the Constitution under Article 6 to 10 did not include Ghana card. Okay, so by virtue of you having your parents as Ghanaian, you're automatically a Ghanaian. So you don't need a Ghana card to identify your citizenship status. But the issue with the passport is for persons who intend to travel, okay? Because I've never come across any person acquiring a passport with the reason that I just want to use it for identification purpose as a Ghanaian.
Yeah, but that is a reality, because before the introduction of this very Ghana card, a lot of people were having it as a form of identity, because if you don't have a voter's ID card, in the practice in Ghana, Charles, wait. In the practice of Ghana, if you don't have a voter's ID card, which is not also a form of your national identity, but just a voter's ID card from the Electoral Commission, which was converted, or I will call it by virtue of default, was also used as a form of a national identification card. Okay, passport was also used for that regard, where in certain cases, okay, when you go to seek for certain services, I want to give you a very typical example here. Something like to receive money from MoneyGram and Western Union and the rest, passport was asked if you could get a passport to be a form of identity. So people were rushing to have it, okay, to have it as a form of identity. So I don't want to agree with you on that assessment that it was not so, or it is not, even currently, though even there's this Ghana card, but people still do that, to use it in a form of identity.
Let me tell you one thing. You know, any card provided by the state, any card provided by the state is a national identity card.
Yeah.
It is, so you can use your driver's
not any card provided by the state is an identity card, Mr. Charles.
Example.
We have a national identity card or identification card, which is an example, okay, the Ghana card.
Yes.
Okay, purposely to be your form of identity as a citizen or non-citizen of the country, okay? Passport is a travel document, right? Just as, let's say, the voter's ID card is a is a document for what? Elections. Okay, so before the introduction of, or before the, I will call it the larger implementation of the national ID card, okay, it seemed that Ghana didn't have any form of national identification cards for Ghanaians. So Ghanaians were relying on the two cards.
Hold on. You see, we have been hoodwinked by this Ghana card thing by the vice president, simply because that is his only trump card. That is why he has been he has hoodwinked Ghanaians with it. Look, when we talk of national identity card, we are talking about any card issued by the state which identifies you as a Ghanaian or as a Togolese. So mind you, our health insurance card, Togolese, Nigerians, all other nationals were also able to sign onto the health insurance card. You know that?
Yeah, but like you rightly said, that is an health insurance card.
Hold on. Even with this Ghana card issue, there are foreigners who also sign on to the Ghana card issue. I hope you know that.
Yes, why not? Yes, so foreigners can have a Ghana card.
There is a portion on the card.
Wait.
Yes, it is an ECOWAS card. The card that we call Ghana card is an ECOWAS card.
Yes, it is an ECOWAS card. It is an ECOWAS card that shows who a citizen is and who a non-citizen is. So, just like we have in Deutschland. You have your Ausweis that shows whether you are a citizen or not a citizen.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the fact that it's a national card does not mean non-nationals cannot hold the card. Okay, foreigners also have the right to apply for the card, save that they will have their portion captured as non-Ghanaians, and Ghanaians will have their portion captured as what? Ghanaians. But they will still use it for the purposes for which we are using it for. They will go to the bank with it, they will do all transactions with it. And the only difference is that they will have this as not Ghanaians and we will have it as Ghanaians. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So the passports that we are talking about is a document that is meant for Ghanaians to travel with. You get it?
Okay.
It is not a document. It is not a document to use as your bank transaction identity. The primary focus of it is to travel with it, or if you have intention to travel, then you acquire it.
Okay, so now, I understand you here.
Let me land.
Okay, land.
Yeah, let me land. Institutions then decided that, okay, I want to identify you as a Ghanaian or not a Ghanaian. So introduce or bring any form of identity that will help me identify you as a Ghanaian or not a Ghanaian. Then they requested for, okay, let's say, bring your passport, bring your driving license, bring your SNIT card, bring your other card, the voters ID card, etc., etc. They do require, based on a criteria that they want to achieve or a metric that they want to achieve, which will inform them the kind of or the particular card they will require.
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
That is not even my focus. My focus is on the fact that the astronomical increase or the increment in the passport acquisition now is as a result of the deterioration of the city.
Okay, so fine. So loud and clear. Yes. So I hear you, Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, I hear you. Okay, and I guess the listeners have also heard you.
Procure the services in dollars.
Good. So let me listen to your brother from the other side, and whether he also agrees on the fact that the review in prices is based solely, on the performance of the local currency of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Opong, are you with me?
Yeah, there you go, man. I'm here with you.
Yeah, so you are welcome once again. You can hear your good friend and brother. Charles is registering his entire submission on the fact that largely the increment of the prices or the review of the prices of the Ghanaian travel document is based on certain factors. That is his school of thought. Okay, so what is your school of thoughts about this, and what is your party's position about it?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Before that, let me first of all extend my warm greetings to the President of the Republic and the leader of the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia, for the wonderful work that they are doing for the good people of Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard my brother Charles making a whole lot of assertions, but first of all, let me clear some falsehood that he peddled earlier in his submission concerning the Vice President case. Before I come to the passport issue, I heard my brother saying that the Vice President is not it's an elected position. I don't know where the Vice President, or maybe whether he did not understood what he was saying. Vice President is not an elected position. It's an appointed. It's only the president, or the president appoint the one that he or she feels like maybe assisting him in discharging his duty. So Vice President is not an elected position. So I don't know. Charles will come again. Well, that's what
read Article 63.
No, Charles, let me finish.
Charles, can you allow him land?
When you were talking, I was quiet. Please be gentle. Be gentle with yourself.
Yeah, but I would check on it.
I'll check on it. When we were going for the 2016 election and 2020 election, where on the ballot paper was Dr. Alhaji Bawumia poster or ballot place. It's just you are educating the public, so just don't speak propaganda or say something that you don't understand. Vice President in any way is not an elected position; it's an appointed position. We are going for 2024 election. Are we going to see any other person apart from John Mahama and Bawumia and other Alan Shamantin and stuff? They are the elected people. They are the candidates that the party are going to represent. And the vice president is only going to assist the president in discharging the duties. So please, there's nowhere in the constitution that says the vice president is an elected position. Please. And secondly, you made mention that the vice president position. You made mention that the vice president position by stating some constitution provisions, which I did not even understand the conclusion that you wanted to draw. You just stated the constitution without explaining to the Ghanaian populace or your viewers what you want to mean, because what you read from the constitution doesn't clearly state that the vice president position is an elected one. So you need to come back again. It's not like maybe the constitution is there and you are just reading it just like that. You read the constitution, and the constitution was not even saying that the vice president is an elected position. So please, when you come on a public domain like this, let's try to say something which is the truth. Let's educate our people, because they even know more than we do. But just that we've gotten the opportunity to be here. So please, my brother, these things we should stop, because Nana Opoku-Agyeman was appointed by John Dramani Mahama. He wasn't elected. So how can you convince Ghanaians that Nana Opoku-Agyeman, who is the running mate for John Dramani Mahama, is an elected vice president? Please, let's try to educate ourselves on that. Mr. Igo, coming back to the passport issue.
Yeah.
As we all know, the finance committee in Parliament is being constituted by both the majority and the minority, and it's being chaired by the majority side lawyer and the Apiakubi. Before the announcement of the new prices, there was no objection from the minority finance committee, the minority foreign affairs committee, concerning the new prices. So I don't know why my brother is here saying something like something different, as if that's his position or the position of his party. Mr. Igo, for all you know, before the Ghana card came into inception, passport was an identity as a Ghanaian. If you are a Ghanaian and you don't have passport, there are so many institutions that you cannot even access. But as of now, passport is not an identity as a Ghanaian. The only identity that is being recognized in Ghana now is the Ghana card. The only identity, I repeat myself again, the only identity that is being recognized in Ghana now is the Ghana card. Passport, as it stands now, is not a requisite as a means of identity. It's only a privilege if you have a passport. If you hold a Ghana passport, it's only a privilege to you. It's not a necessity. So, Mr. Igo, if I don't have the means to travel, then there's no need for me to go for the passport. So whether there's an increment or there's not an increment, it only affects me when I want to travel. So passport, as it stands now, is a traveling document. My brother Charles, when you go to Ghana, take your passport and go to the bank and try to open a bank account. Whether they will accept your passport in opening the bank account for you. They will tell you, go and bring your Ghana card. They will tell you, go and bring your Ghana card before they open the account for you. They will not request for your passport. I'm telling you, if it's been a long time you went to Ghana, then let me educate you on this. When you go to bank as of now, they don't accept passport as an identity. They require your Ghana card. That is why Ghana card has been incorporated into a whole lot of institutions. When you go to GBLA, health insurance and stuff, that is why the Ghana card is our sole identity now. Mr. Igo, the Ghana government was like subsidizing like 300 Ghana cedis on every passport booklet that is being printed. When the passport was was an identity as a Ghanaian. But as it stands now, the government sees that it's not a sole identity as a Ghanaian. So there's no need to subsidize that 300 cedis on every booklet that is being printed. So as it stands now, the government sees the passport as a privilege. As a privilege. So that is what I want my brothers and my cherished viewers to understand. The passport as it stands now is a privilege. It's not a necessity. So if you have
Mr. Opon, in case somebody doesn't have the Ghana card, which we know that people have challenges in acquiring the Ghana card. Okay, so if somebody has the passport, can that still serve as a form of identity for the person?
Identity in what regard? It's only several, as I made in my earlier submission, if you go to Ghana now and you visit the bank, if you want to make any changes in your bank account or anything, they are not going to request for your passport. They will request for your Ghana card. So as it stands now, the passport is only serving as a traveling document. The passport is only serving as a traveling document. So please, let's try to understand. Mr. Ego, I'm not in Ghana, but I have my Ghana card. So if you're in Ghana and the government gave a lot of years for every Ghanaian to acquire the Ghana card, and you do not take the opportunity to get your Ghana card, I don't think that maybe you really want the Ghana card for yourself. What's up now? I can show you my Ghana card as we are talking now, but I'm not in Ghana. So the government gave room a lot of giving extending the deadlines for Ghanaians to acquire the Ghana card. And as of now, we have regional offices and staff that people can go there for their Ghana card. So, Mr. Ego, it's an identity that every Ghanaian should get. So, if it's an identity, then you should have every means in securing that document. There's no need to to be moving helter-skelter before you get it. The government made it available for every Ghanaian to get it. Here is the case that the Minister for Digitization keep on extending the date, giving cautions to Ghanaians that every Ghanaian should to get the Ghana card. And we all saw it. During the last minute, we saw people forming a whole lot of queues and stuff. So, Mr. Ego, as it stands now, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it's only 20% of Ghanaians that need Ghana card to travel. And based on this assertion, the 80% of Ghanaians who does not need the Ghana card is paying for the 20% who need the Ghana card to travel, because we are all paying tax in Ghana. At the end of the day, if I'm not traveling and the 20% of Ghanaians who are traveling, our money is used in subsidizing the amount that they should pay, then it's not making fair. That is why the government is saying that. Then if you want to travel, you should pay the full cost of the amount that you want to travel. So I don't see the reason why my brother is trying to say, I think maybe the amount is too high. Previously, the government was absorbing 300 cedis in every booklet that is being printed without any complaint. But as of now, if you have the urge to travel, as of now, check the ticket, even one-way ticket from Ghana to any of the European countries, and see the amount that the tickets are costing. It's costing not less than 4,000, 5,000 Ghana cedis. That is only one way. So if you want to travel and you have this amount to buy a flight ticket, and you don't have 500 cedis or 800 cedis to get a passport, then that means you are not serious to travel.
No, but upon is it necessary that when somebody is traveling, the person might or have to get a ticket out to that amount of money? What if the person is going to the neighboring country, like Togo, Nigeria, or countries in Africa, where the lorry fare or the flight ticket might not be costing up to that amount?
You don't need that much to travel. Even buses are going from Ghana to Nigeria. Buses are going from Ghana to Togo and the neighboring countries. So it's not a matter of going to secure a passport before you can go to these neighboring countries.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah, I'm looking at the extent that you need the passport because before you go for a passport, sometimes you want to go and seek for greener pastures elsewhere. People are going to Germany, UK, Canada, and stuff. You don't get a passport and you want to just go to Togo or Burkina Faso or other stuff. So I'm making that comparison because if you flight ticket one way, it's very expensive. So if you can afford that flight ticket, then Mr. Getting a passport at that cost shouldn't be a burden to the government any longer.
No, I have another question here. Okay. Yeah. Look, one way or the other, I want to agree with Charles. let's look at something here. People who trade in neighboring countries, Togo, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Chad, Niger, and the rest, that most of them travel by bus to those places. Yes, if traveling to these places, they don't need much a capital to travel to these very countries. And you peg the price of a passport, a regular 32-page passport, at now 500 or is it 700, which is about 70% of the average Ghanaian or 80% of the average Ghanaian salary a month. Just to acquire that, I think that is just too much. Because even at the 100 and something Ghana cedi that was already in the system, people are still struggling to get it to acquire the same passport. And now you have increased it like 400%. Is that not too hard on the Ghanaian? And looking at the current economic situation, I agree. You might be seeing it to be a what you used a term for it right now, that is it luxury or it's not a priority? Yeah, use the word that it is not a priority. But to some people it is a priority. But the means, or is it the ends to get the means, or is it the means to get the ends? It's just not there. And the second question I would ask you, just box all and answer. Does this price review affect those who have already made applications for passports?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ego.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, if you understand the notion that passport is now a traveling document, it's a privilege to get it, and it's not a necessity. I think it answers your first question, because if you are there and you don't have the means to travel, you don't have the edge to travel, why do you force yourself in acquiring a passport? You shouldn't force yourself, because the Ghana government has made available a Ghana card which you can use in accessing all available institutions in Ghana without the Ghana passport. You have the Ghana card which you can use it, and that one the government did not charge you in securing it. So if you want to get a passport, then that means you have the edge to travel. So Mr. Ejo, the moment you want to apply for a Ghana passport, and as I said, the standard application for 32 pages is 500 Ghana cedis. And you are saying that it's expensive. I understand. But the government is saying that he is not going to subsidize 300 Ghana cedis from that passport booklet again, because it's not the only identity, it's not the sole identity as a Ghanaian. He has introduced a Ghana card that he has, the government is entreating every Ghanaian to get it. So he is not forcing you. The government is not forcing every Ghanaian. That is what I want our viewers to understand. And Mr. Ego, like, it's not compulsory. That is what we are saying. That is not compulsory. But if you want to go and get it, and you want to travel, 500 cedis should not be something which is too expensive for you to get.
Okay.
Unless maybe our people just want to spew some propaganda out of that. And as I said earlier, their members are on the committee for foreign affairs, and they agree to it. They agree to it.
Charles. So, yeah, upon I do get you. Okay, but yes, I do understand that it's a privilege to have the passport. Okay. And also all the assertions you are raising right now.
Let me conclude with your second question.
Now I want us to go to the next topic, but then I'll give you 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, those who have already applied, this increment in price take effect from the 1st of April. So those who have already applied, the application is already in the system, and it's not like maybe they are not going to pay their money. You understand? It only applies to those who wanted to apply passport from the 1st of April. That's what it takes effect. So if you've already applied for the passport, then you should be in the waiting period to receive your passport. But if you are yet to apply for the passport, then that means if you want to the expedition application for 48 pages, you should be ready to pay 800 cedis. Expedition application for 32 pages, you should be ready to pay 700 Ghana cedis. Standard application for 32 pages, 500 cedis. and standard application for 48 pages is 640 Ghana cedis. So as I said, if you don't want to travel, then please get your Ghana card, access all the necessary institutions in Ghana that you may deem necessary to use the Ghana card in securing all necessary information. But if you want to travel, please plan yourself before you travel, because you cannot travel without the Ghana passport.
Yeah.
And the Ghana passport is a privilege, and it's not a necessity. So that is what I want to your cherished listeners and viewers to understand. You can be there and be shaking your head. That is your own cup of tea. And this is not propaganda. Yeah, you can be there and be shaking your head. And you cannot score just a political point out of this, because this is not going to give your party any goal.
So how does his facial gesture, how does his gesture like either support or against it? Doesn't he have the right to smile or shake his head if he wants to?
No, as I was talking, I saw him shaking his leg like this. I think he doesn't really understand what I'm saying. But
yeah, it's either for you to believe it or not to believe it. So upon this one, you like don't try to bully him. Don't try to bully your friend.
Oh, I'm not bullying him. I'm just trying to let him know that when he comes on air like this, and if you want to score just cheap political points out of nothing, it's not going to work.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah. So I want us to jump quickly to the next topic, which is a bit broad, but I just want us to use just these few minutes left to address it, which has to do with the current health services or systems we have in the country. And also the fact that I have seen a lot of pictures of projects being done. And I have questions to that. I think I want us to look at that, okay? I think I would want to start with Charles, since you have gotten an opportunity to talk so much. But before then, we're all debating on the issue of the vice presidency, whether he's elected or nominated. Yeah, so from Article 60, which talks about the vice presidency, it says that there shall be a vice president of the Republic of Ghana who shall perform such functions as may be assigned to him by this constitution or by the president. 2, a candidate of the office of the vice president shall be designated by the candidate of the office of president before the elections of the president. Then it also comes here. Let me jump to 4, which says that a candidate shall be deemed to be duly elected as a vice president if the candidate who designated himself as a candidate for elections for the presidency is being elected. So when you look at it, yes, it doesn't really mean that the vice president is being elected, but then since he's being appointed or nominated by a candidate running into elections for presidency, he's also duly elected as a vice president, though his name and picture might not appear on the ballot paper, okay? But when you look at it, I'll say indirectly he's been elected by the public or by the people of Ghana, because he also goes around to campaign. He also is seen on posters or like billboards of campaigns and stuff like that. But the Constitution doesn't hold him responsible for largely about 90% of what happens as compared to that of the president. So moving forward to the second topic of our discussion, the health system in Ghana. Upon and Charles, I think I feel that yes, there is a lot of issues that we need to address, especially when it comes to infrastructure. I have seen a lot of pictures of the claim agenda. I'm using the word claim agenda 111 of the government, and how the projects are springing up everywhere. And I ask myself, some basic questions. Why can't we just limit ourselves to few projects, complete them, then move to the next? But boxing everything together and building it at a time, it's worrying. While we know that our existing hospitals are having challenges to some basic equipment and products and services, okay, at these facilities, that is hindering, or that is bringing a lot of challenges to the healthcare in Ghana. Mr. Charles,
yes, I'm here.
What is your opinion on the current health situations, and also the fact that the Agenda 111 is, I'll call it, gradually coming up? What is your take on that?
All right. Thank you very much.
But whilst we talk, I think we'll roll some pictures of some of the projects that are being done by this government under the Agenda 111, so that people or viewers can understand what I'm actually trying to, what I'm actually talking about here. Yeah.
Yes. How many do I
have? So let's say you have like 10 minutes.
All right. I will dwell much on the submission made by my friend.
No, I want us to touch. Don't go there so much. With all due respect, yeah, we can revisit it when we are done with this second topic. I'll give you the opportunity to revisit it. But for now, can we touch on this topic, please?
Hold on. You give me time and I decide what I will do with it.
Yes, but I'm also moderating, and I would want us to discuss a certain topic for listeners to know what is actually happening.
The moderation is for me not to be abusive or
just like how I'm protecting you against upon bullying you, right?
I will not allow you to prevent me from reacting to the.
Oh no, I'm not. Okay, sorry if you see it that way, but I just wanted us to have time later on to do that. Yeah, but it is your time. You can use it like you wish.
Yes, at the end of the day, it is my time. So let me talk. Okay.
The time is yours, my brother.
Yes, thank you very much once again. And I like the intro that my learned friend used, that when we come on air, it is not the case that we know everything. Yes, it's true. We do not know everything, but those listening to us might know whatever we are discussing more than we do, simply because we are privileged to have the opportunity to come and sit on air our views. So I will also urge him to conduct a proper research before he comes on air, since we are all educating the public. And it is very, very important to be on top of issues as a communicator, simply because if you misinform the general public, it is very, very disastrous. And it is my duty to clear some of this misinformation that he has churned out into the public space. Yes, look, when we talk of identity card, any card that can identify you as A or B. So if I take my SNIT card, it is identifying me as a contributor of SNIT. If I take my driving license, it is identifying me as the person. It is identifying the person who has the license to drive. If I take my Ghana card, it is identifying me as an ECOWAS member and a Ghanaian for that matter. If I take my passport, it is identifying me as a Ghanaian who can travel with that document. All right. So it is not about identity. It is not about having a national identity card or not having a national identity card. It is we are talking about a card or a document that can identify you as Mr. A or Mr. B. So you should get it clear. Now, when it comes to the Ghana card, it is the government policy that transactions A, B, C, D should be carried out with the Ghana card. That is why if you take ICAO, that is, if you take ICAO, documents that they have accepted that these are identity documents for traveling purposes is their passport. Okay, so if a Ghanaian, I want to travel, ICAO accepts my my passport rather than my driving license or my SNIT card. You get it? So every identity card and its purpose for which that identity card has been created. You get it? So he should not come and sit on air and talk about the fact that there is Ghana card, so you don't need to acquire passport, and that passport is a privilege. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Passport is not a privilege. Hello? Hello? Hello, Mr. Ideal?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Charles, I can hear you.
Yes, thank you very much. He made an ignorant assertion that if you are traveling to Togo, you don't need passport. If you are traveling to Nigeria, you don't need passport, or blah, blah, blah. And that if you need passport if you are traveling to Germany, UK, Canada. It is an ignorant assertion, and I will urge him not to repeat that fallacy on any platform, because passport is a traveling document. If a Ghanaian is traveling from Ghana to Togo, that person needs a passport. That person needs a document in which, when he gets to Togo, you will be identified as a Ghanaian. But that person does not need a visa, because Togo is an ECOWAS state. Are you okay? Hello? 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 Can I go on?
Yes, why not, Charles? You can go on. The floor is yours.
So, yes. So, if you go to Togo, you are a Ghanaian, you go to Togo, you should carry your passport on you. The only thing is that you don't have to acquire a visa before you travel to Togo, but you need to get a visa before you travel to what? Germany or Canada or blah, blah, blah. You get it? Yeah. Now, when you travel from Ghana to Togo and you want to stay there, it is your passport that they will look on it and grant you resident permit to live in Togo. They will not accept your Ghana card and say that you have a Ghana card, so I'm giving you permit to live in Togo. It is never done that way.
So, Charles, yes, I do get you now, but Charles,
hold on. If you are
Charles,
Togo,
hold on, wait. So, your argument is well heard. So we have just limited time to go. Can you quickly touch on the second topic for me, because it's very important for me.
Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Don't judge me. Let me.
And I'm not judging you or ganging you. I'm not. But I don't want us to limit ourselves. I don't want us to limit ourselves on today's discussion just on one particular topic.
Yes, I'll go to the head issue. The head issue, I'll go there. But what I want you to know is that he has misinformed the public, and this misinformation needs to be disabused. If not so, people will carry that ignorant assertion out there and be making all sort of excuses. So what I'm trying to arrive at is the fact that he was saying that traveling to Togo is not expensive, and for that matter, those traveling to Canada, a ticket is expensive, blah, blah, blah. And so the cost of passport should be 500 Ghana cedis is appropriate. It is a childish comment which should be coming from the status of a deputy chapter communication officer, because
Mr. Sita, I will not take that nonsense.
Yeah, Charles, please. Yes.
I will not take that nonsense from Charles.
Nine.
So be careful.
Mr. Paul, hold on. I'll mute both of you.
Be careful.
Hold on. I'm muting both of you. Hold on. You see, I'm muting both of you. You see, I keep on telling you people that, okay, when yes, so now upon hold on, please hold on. Upon please hold on. Please. Now wait. See, yes. I beg you, listen. Both of you should listen to me, okay? Yes, like I always tell you, okay? We are all doing politics, and yes, some words might sound a bit harsh, okay? So with all due respect to both of you, okay, let's let's be a bit polite with each other. Upon please. Can we be gentle persons here, please? Okay? Are we good to go? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, fine. All right, so
viewers are watching and they will
viewers
are watching because of the comment that you made.
Yes. No, I will not take those comments from both of you. I'm not gonna accept that here. I will not accept those comments from you people. Yes, so that is why I was correcting it. That is why I was correcting it, and I said let's hold our horses. Let's try and be gentlemen, okay? Let's have some decorum in the hall here, please. Okay? Okay, good. So, Mr. Charles, okay, you're on the floor though. So just in 1 minute, conclude and he comes in, okay? But let's respect ourselves, please. Yes, and I think it is fair. I think it is fair you retract that very word, please, with all due respect, so that he would also have to do same. Yes, he would also have to do same.
In my communication journey, I've always been decorous and I've always been gentle.
Okay, so just retract that statement and let's move on.
Is this comment decorous?
Upon please. Upon please.
He cannot just
upon please.
Is this comment decorous and gentle?
Upon. So can we?
Hello. You cannot make your point without.
You see, yes, I know politics sometimes heats up, okay, in the course of discussion, okay, but like I'm just begging with you people that let's have some decorum and continue the discussion. Okay, we still have some few minutes to go. Okay, and this is not your first or second time discussing some of these topics, so I don't know why today we are going too emotional about it. Okay. Yes.
Yes, as I was saying, Opon is my brother, and there is no way I will insult his person. Now, I made a statement which, if I remember correctly, that he is a deputy chapter communication officer.
No, that is not his problem. His problem has to do with the word you use, childishness. So I just want you to retract that, then let's move on, please. We just have some few minutes to go.
No. Look. What I said was that...
Charles, please don't justify it. You see, wait, please. Charles, please listen to me. Listen to me. Both of you should listen to me. Upon please. Can I talk? So I'm going to mute both of you. If you not allow me to talk. Okay. No. Let me. I'm asking you people, okay, to retract those harsh words you used on each other right now. Then let's move on. Okay, I don't want further explanations. Honestly, I don't want further explanations. Okay? And let's move on. We just have some few minutes to go. Upon, please, to both of you. So I just want to hear you retract those statements and let's move on.
I do not know any harsh.
And I told you, I repeated it. You use the word, you use the statement or the phrase that, okay, some of the things he's saying, he's being childish about it.
No.
You did. And I'm saying that just retract it and let's move on. If he's your brother.
He's making childish assertions.
So what do you mean by childish assertions?
Childish assessment means the assertion that he's making doesn't hold water.
No. But that is harsh. Let's be honest with ourselves. No. That is a bit harsh. Okay. So please, can you just retract it and let's move on?
Okay. If I say the statement he's making doesn't hold water, are you okay with that?
See.
Are you okay?
The statement you are making listen.
Doesn't hold water.
But you force yourself. Let's go and let's go. I don't
Charles,
need this apology. So let's
Charles, please, I'm repeating. Your statement was a bit harsh. Can we apologize, retract, and move on?
Anyway, I retract that childish assessment.
No, I don't want you to say anyway. No, I don't want you to just say anyway. Okay, I want you to retract and let's move on.
Yes, and I'm saying that I retract, since you are the host and you are moderating the program. In your view, you think childish assertion is too harsh to be uttered on your program. I will retract and replace
Thank you very
it with
much.
the fact that,
So in 1 minute, conclude and we go on.
The fact that the statement he made to the effect that traveling to Togo is not that expensive, and those traveling to America and the journey is expensive, and for that matter, they should be able to call 500 to acquire a passport. Is that assertion should not be uttered, because those traveling to Togo also need the passport. Again, to land on this, the issue of the VIP position not being a mere nominated position, but rather an elected position, you did justice to the point by reading Article 64 to the viewers. So I will not belabor it. We know that the view position is not an ordinary nominated position. That is why the president.
Okay, so thank you very much. So in 1 minute again, because you decided to use all your time to debate or to talk on the other issue, I'll still give you just 1 minute. Okay, in fact, just 1 minute to talk on the second topic. If
yes, with health issue in Ghana, we all know that JM did a lot in the health sector. Okay, just recently, artist Kwame Eugene came out with singing the praises of JM for constructing the University of Ghana Medical Center. To him, he didn't even know that we have such a facility in Ghana until when he was involved in the accident that he visited the facility and realized that we have this kind of edifice in Ghana. So in the health sector, you know what he did by constructing a lot of modern, the act of modern facilities in respect of Ridge Hospital, which the second phase was left for these administrations to continue. But unfortunately for the country, they have failed to complete the second phase. Even with the large general hospital that they demolished, they have even not put it back. So when it comes to health facilities and health delivery, JM did his best in that sector, and he is no match for the current president, because he has not done any good work in the health sector. Looking at the Afari, Sewa, Kumewu, Abetifi, all these facilities were initiated by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, but unfortunately, the current administration have abandoned the entire vision of John Dramani Mahama, making sure that health delivery reaches a top-notch level in Ghana.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Mr. Opon, yes, yes, I know you are not this thing, will I call it, you are a bit not comfortable right now, but I'll also say that since Charles is your brother and you also accept it, you also used a statement that foolish statements. I want you to also retract on that statement and let's move on. And then you can make your submissions. Yes, so whilst you do that, I sent some pictures to my producer to roll them on the screen whilst you do that. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Igilman. First of all, let me use this opportunity to retract my foolish comment that I made to my brother Charles. The foolish comment is being duly retracted, and I'm sorry for using that comment to my brother, and I know it's not going to happen again.
Thank you very much to both of you.
Yeah. So as you said, we should talk about the health system in Ghana. The argument, COVID taught us a lesson as a country, regardless of all the facilities that my brother Charles is talking about. When COVID was at its peak from 2019-2020, we saw how those who are affected by this COVID-19 were suffering in Ghana. because it's not even the majority of Ghanaians that were affected. But here was the case that our facilities were not even able to accommodate the few people that was being affected by COVID. So we are not saying that maybe we are expecting another form of COVID in the years to come. But as a country, we are arming ourselves for any unforeseen circumstances. Because Ebola came and we never anticipated that maybe a time will come that maybe there will be a sickness, a disease, or I don't even classify it as a disease, whether it's an infection or something of that sort, as a COVID in the whole world. That Ghana is not an exception. So, Mr. Ego, after COVID, the government realized that upon all the facilities that we are having, it's not enough. So he needs to work as a president in helping our health institutions across board. That is why he came with this agenda 111. And we all know, as you said, that you have some pictures in your studio that you want to display for our viewers to see. The government wants to build hospitals across all the country, all the 16 regions in our country. Because when COVID came, it wasn't settled in only Greater Accra or Ashanti region. It cut across all the regions in the country. So you cannot just focus your attention on one side or maybe one region. So the Agenda 111 that is being built across Ghana, you have pictures to speak for itself. Some are in almost like 80% of completion, and we are about, by the close of this year, 2024, you will be completing almost like 86 out of the Agenda 111 projects that the government has initiated. You know, we had challenges in securing lands for this project, and that caused most of the delays in this Agenda 111. But notwithstanding, the government is performing. The government is performing in the health sector to make sure that in the case of any unforeseen circumstances that befalls on Ghana or the world again, Ghana is going to stand tall in its health delivery, so that Ghanaians are going to benefit from the facilities that is being put across the country by this current government that we find ourselves. So as we all know, the Agenda 111, we have some district hospitals that is being captured as part of it. But first of all, I would like to touch on Ashanti region. Since I'm coming from Ashanti region, I would like to make mention of some few projects out of the Agenda 111 from the Ashanti region that is almost at various stages of completion. Some are ongoing, some are at various stages of completion. And I know, as the government has said, by the close of this year, almost 86 of the Agenda 111 will be completed. Mr. Ige, it's quite funny that our regional minister was being asked about some he mentioned like 5 projects in Ashanti region, and he fumbled at the studio of, I don't know whether maybe it's an HFM or maybe whether it's an Angel FM. But it's not his fault, because sometimes maybe he wasn't prepared that maybe the host is going to ask him to mention some projects. And old age is also a factor, because the regional minister is even passing like 70 years old, and sometimes remembering things within a space of time takes time. So I will not say that maybe the regional minister did not do well, but I know that the majority of Ghanaians know the number of projects that we started. We came to inherit some from our previous elsewhere government from former President Mahama, and we completed some, and we also started some, and some are also in the various stages of completion. So when we talk of the Trade, I know that Trade project was started by His Excellency the former President Mahama, and our administration came to complete that project. We have started and completed one of the agenda. It's almost at the stages of completion. Agenda 111 at Kokoben, Ofurukom district. When you talk of Buaman, Fijakwabre North district, you also have the Agenda 111 in Ashanti region. In Sita Sechere Central district, we have one of the Agenda 111 there, Mankaso That's Ahafo South West District. We have some there. My own village, Barekese, Achumango Biajan North District. We have one of the Agenda 111, which is going there.
So with all these things, with all this you are mentioning, okay, you are mentioning over 20 or 30 projects, okay, but how many are completed and ready to use as at now? Because that's where I have a bit of a problem that why couldn't you just limit it to, let's say, maybe 10 or 16 at a time? Do it in phases. Okay, you finish this, you start to use, or people start to use it, then you go to the next phase. But rather than starting everything at a go with these current economic challenges, do you believe you can do this?
Thank you, Degu man. As you said, the government or the president knew the main purpose for coming out with this Agenda 111. And as you said, you cannot go and start one hospital at maybe Asiwa and complete it and move to maybe Barekese and complete it. You know, governance is a continual process. And any government that comes after this MPP government needs to continue. That is why government is a continual process. So I believe that the government has started the process. We are almost like 86%, 86 of the hospitals are almost at the various stages of completion. And it will be completed by the close of this year. We still have 8 months for the year to come to an end. And I can assure you and your cherished viewers that by the close of this year, 86% of the Agenda 111 is going to be in inception. And Ghanaians are going to benefit immensely from these projects that the government started. And for all you know, we started this project just 2022. It's not like maybe the project has been there for like 4 or 5 years. We started this project in 2022, and the government is determined. The government is determined in finishing this project. So, Mr. Ego, just calm your nerves down. We know what we are doing as a government, and we are rest assured, and we are assuring Ghanaians that by the close of this year, not less than 86 of the Agenda 111 is going to be completed.
If they are not completed, if they are not completed, okay, and you come here next year, I will question you. Myself and Charles will question you, wholly accountable, because you are more or less promising us that largely some of these hospitals will be completed and ready for use. Yeah, so our time is far spent, okay, because we used part of it in arguing among ourselves, which is normal in politics, okay, and I do respect the fact that we all saw the sense to reconcile and to move on. That is all politics is about. No, there's no conclusion for you again, because you've made your point and promising us that.
No, just a minute.
What minute again? No, okay, you've made your point. It's loud and clear. I'm happy you got to that point, and I'm stopping you. That, okay, by the close of the year, okay, a number of them will be completed. You still have 8 months to go. You have less than 8 months. You have like 7 months to go. Okay, we'll hold you responsible. And remember, we are going to elections. Okay, so if they are not completed, this discussion is live and it will stay on the streams for life. So we'll come back, play this video to you, and for you to account to how many, or to account for how many of these hospitals have been completed. Okay, so get ready for us soon. Okay, my listeners and viewers, I would want to.
So by the close of the year, you see that maybe I wasn't lying to my cherished viewers.
No, maybe I might not even be the one asking you, but Charles will ask you the same question. Charles will go like, upon you said this and you were not able to do that.
Down, but I know Charles will ask, so we are just written it down. But what I'm saying is, we started this project from the scratch last year, 2022. Last 2 years, 2022, and it's almost like HSS.
But you could have done better. You could have done better. So, listeners, this is what the time can give us. Okay, like I rightly said, we used part of it in having an interview with Mr. Alex Tufor to talk about the coming Nasara International Conference in Hamburg, which is on the 27th of April. Then we had a few minutes left to discuss some of these things, these topics we just did. Yeah, so my guest was Charles from the NDC and Opon from the MPP. I would want to say again, we are sorry for having a banter at a point, which is normal with the Ghanaian politics. but we hope to improve upon it more and more as we grow. We are all still learning the politics that we adapted from the Western and also our colonial masters. We are not yet gurus in it. So going forward, I believe that a lot of these things will change. And they're proving to us that they are gentlemen enough by accepting their faults and for us to continue the program. I would also want to say thank you for listening and viewing us and also sharing this program. I would also want to thank my producer, Mr. Johnny, for always being my backbone in hosting this program. Johnny, thank you so much, okay? And also, my viewers, God bless you, and thank you for always being with us. May we meet again next week, same time, and to have a very productive show. Thank you, and see you next week. From me, I say bye-bye.